Okie dokie. Ho ho. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Retrohead here, and welcome back to a little bit of a different video. So today I decided I wanted to do my GameCube top 10. Now bear in mind, this is just my opinion, you might have a different opinion. Let me know if I've forgotten any games in the comments down below. But the reason why I'm picking the GameCube is it's the only console that I'm going for a full set for. It's my most favourite console of all time, and one of the ones that I've played the most games for. So I'm really looking forward to doing this video, as it's been one that I've wanted to do on the channel for absolutely ages. Like I said, if I've forgotten any, please do let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please like, please subscribe. But without further ado, let's get on with the list. The first game on my top 10 is Eternal Darkness. Now this is a first party Nintendo game, and this is such an awesome game. This is a game that's a bit of a horror, a bit of like an action adventure game, and one that I absolutely love, and especially good for playing around Halloween time. And this game can do some really weird things to your mind while playing it. It can make it look like your TV's like breaking when it's not. It can make you think you're moving when you're actually sitting still. It's absolutely crazy, but a very good game. Now this game is relatively expensive, probably around the £25 to £30 mark, but absolutely worth it, as I think this is an awesome game. Probably one of those games where there isn't actually anything like it. Like, you can play other horror games, but they just will not be the same as Eternal Darkness in my opinion. Horror isn't really my sort of genre. I don't mind it, I don't play it much, but when the games are this good, and also this original and creative, because again, there's just not another game like it. You'll never find another game like Eternal Darkness. So yeah, definitely worth a play. Next up, we have Wario World on the GameCube. Now, this one is quite an expensive one. This is upwards of 50 quid, this one, so it is quite expensive. But again, just such a great game. So this is sort of like a 3D open world game. It kind of reminds me of Super Mario Sunshine, but for Wario. But it's so fun, and the graphics, as you can see on the footage now, I think for the GameCube, the graphics have held up absolutely amazingly. And this game is also very well thought of and not sold very well, which is obviously why the price is quite expensive. But if you see this for a decent price, I think this is definitely one worthy for adding to your collection. And also, Wario's got quite a lot of games himself, and I have played quite a lot of the Wario games. But this one is probably one of my favourites, just because of how well thought out it is, and how much fun it is. So yeah, Wario World is definitely on my top 10 list. If there wasn't so many great other games, it'd be higher, but the games are just getting better as we go along. So yeah, Wario World is an absolutely incredible game, and definitely one I think you should play. Next up, we have probably one of the most charming games that I've ever played, and that is the original Pikmin. Now, this is obviously a Nintendo franchise, and one that I really enjoy playing the games for. I've played most of the games now, I've got most of them in my collection, but not all of them. I'd say about 80% of them, but this is the one that I enjoyed the most, the original Pikmin. Pikmin 2 on the GameCube is also a really good game, but my favourite is the original one. I think it's just because I've had it for so much longer, and it's got quite a lot of nostalgic memories attached to it. Like I said, this is my top 10. It's not necessarily the greatest games, just my favourites. Let me know if there's any that I'm missing out in the comments down below. But this is definitely one worthy of my list, as it's a really good puzzle game. Sort of like a puzzle game, and I really enjoy puzzle games. And also, the Pikmin are just so incredibly cute. How can you not include them in the top 10? And also, this is quite a cheap game, with you easily being able to find a copy for under 20 quid. So definitely one that I think is worth adding to your collection. Enjoying this video? Let me know by smashing that subscribe button. Next up, we have Mario Party 4. Now, I wanted to include one Mario Party on this list, but it was a bit difficult, because I've never played Mario Party 6 or Mario Party 7. I've heard good things about them, but never played them. So I decided to include Mario Party 4, because it's the first one that I ever got, so it's a bit more nostalgic for me. So Mario Party 4 is the first ever Mario Party I ever played, and one that I absolutely love going back to. It's just so nostalgic and really fun to me. Like I said, I have also played Mario Party 5, but just didn't find the boards to be such creative with the mini-games and stuff. I think the mini-games and the board designs are much more creative in Mario Party 4. I still think Mario Party 5 is a very good game, and it probably would be in this top 10 if Mario Party 4 didn't exist. But like I said, I just absolutely love Mario Party 4. This is definitely one that I think you should add to your collection as well. Let me know if you've played Mario Party 6 and Mario Party 7. Next up, we have Metroid Prime. I cannot tell you how much I absolutely love this game, and how underrated I think it is. So you do hear about it relatively often, but it's not as often as I think you should. And this game is about 15 quid, which is so cheap for how good this game is. Now this game kind of reminds me a little bit of Halo, but I think it's so much better. And I also think the graphics on the GameCube have held up amazingly. If you look at the footage now, I think for GameCube graphics, these look great. And I'm kind of a bit biased because my GameCube is my favourite console, and they're just my favourite graphics as well. I think that all the games have aged so well. So Metroid Prime is an absolutely incredible game, slightly better than Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, but that game is still very good as well. And I know I said this about Eternal Darkness, but I think Nintendo was so creative this console generation, just releasing so many awesome franchises, and also a lot of franchises were born on the GameCube. Next up is the only game on this list that isn't a GameCube exclusive, and that is Crazy Taxi, but I had to include this on my list as it's one of my favourite games of all time. And the GameCube was where I first ever played this game, so I felt like it was right to include it on my GameCube top 10. Like I said, I know this will not be on everyone's top 10, because I feel like people think of this more as a Dreamcast sort of Sega game than they do a Nintendo GameCube game, but I think of the GameCube straight away when I think of Crazy Taxi, just because I think it's such an awesome game. Now this is also very good in the arcades, but this is one that I just love playing at home. Just being able to play this game whenever you like and having it on the GameCube is very cool. And I think I only paid about £12 for my copy from CEX, so a definite worthy pickup in my opinion. I know it's like really simple logo and front cover, but I've always loved the front cover of Crazy Taxi, just with the bright yellow with a big flame in the middle is really awesome to me. And also, I think Crazy Taxi really works well with the GameCube graphics. Next up, we have The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. This game is absolutely incredible. Now, I've been going for the GameCube full set for a few years now, but I only recently acquired this game a couple of months ago. So it's a little bit strange how this is such a key GameCube game, but one that I just hadn't managed to get yet. I haven't quite recently completed it. I've got to say this game is absolutely incredible. I cannot fault anything about this game, and the art style is absolutely awesome as well. I mean, just look at how beautiful this game still looks today. I love the graphics on Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. So this game isn't overly cheap, but I've got to say, even though it's got quite a high price tag, it's absolutely worth adding to your collection, as you've got to play this game. Now, I don't own Twilight Princess on the GameCube, but I've played it on the Wii, and I can imagine they're very similar, just without motion controls. But I think this game is definitely better than Twilight Princess. But yeah, I just cannot rate this game highly enough. So now we're moving on to the top 3, and I cannot tell you how much I love these top 3 games. So the first one, as you're seeing now, is Luigi's Mansion, and this game is nothing short of incredible. It's quite a short game, but that really makes me want to go back and replay it, but more often than other games. I have completed this game quite a few times now, and this is another one that I enjoy playing around Halloween, as it's got just the right amount of scariness, but for kids to play as well, so anyone can play this game and think that it's just a tiny bit scary at the same time. And this is one that I've also played with other people that I don't game with very often, and they've really enjoyed it as well. So I definitely say this game is like for all ages and anyone can play it, because it's not like a difficult game. That means like anyone can play it. So if you've got like loads of people around and you fancy having a game with them, definitely play Luigi's Mansion, as it's just one that's unlike anything else I've ever played before. And one that, again, just looks incredible on the GameCube. These graphics have just aged so well. Coming in at number 2, we have Super Mario Sunshine. Now, I've talked about this game so much on the channel, as this is one of my favourite games of all time. Now, I know Mario 64 is a very good game, and a very popular game, but I prefer this to Super Mario 64. And again, I do think it's slightly because of nostalgia as well, but I just appreciate how good this game is, and also how difficult it is. There's times when you're playing this game where it can get really challenging, and it's always really fun to work out what you've got to do next. And it's really fun of how many different level designs there is, like how many different biomes, if you like. It's just such a great game, and not one that's overly expensive. I think I paid about 25 quid for mine, but I think it's worth a little less than that now. So definitely one that I think everybody should be adding to their GameCube collection, because this game is absolutely amazing. And finally, we have Mario Kart Double Dash. I think a lot of you who watch your channel knew that this was going to be my favourite. Obviously, Mario Kart is one of my favourite series of games, and the GameCube one is absolutely amazing. And I also think that Double Dash is quite a bit different from the other Mario Karts. As you can see, there's 2 players and you can swap around what weapons you have. and each player has different statistics, and you can also mix and match any player. So I really enjoy the other strategy about this game. It's not just trying to go as quick as you can. It's also nice how it involves a little bit of strategy as well. And I think this Mario Kart is quite a hard one compared to the other Mario Karts. And having a bit of a challenging game, often for me, makes it much more fun. And also, and if you've played this game, you'll know what I'm talking about, the weapons in this game can be absolutely crazy, especially the special weapons that is different for each character. They can be insane. You can get absolutely massive Bowser shells, which is my favourite. That was my GameCube top 10, and Mario Kart Double Dash just had to come in at number 1 for me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you approved of my choices of the games. Now, like I said, I know that everyone's top 10 list will be different, so if you think I've missed out any games, please put down in the comments down below what ones you think I've missed. Obviously, narrowing this down to a top 10 was a very, very difficult task, as there's just so many GameCube games and so many that I think are absolutely great, but sadly, not all of them could fit in my top 10 list. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe to my channel Retrohead, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!